Welcome back to BMB Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the concerning developments in Liam Spencer's storyline that have fans speculating about his future on the beloved soap opera. The bold and beautiful fandom is buzzing with theories about what might unfold next in Liam Spencer's dramatic hospital storyline. Viewers have been sharing their perspectives across social media platforms, with many expressing skepticism about potential plot directions. One particularly engaged fan commented, "I saw him squeeze Saint Steffi's fingers yesterday before he opened his eyes, so unless he's a paraplegic, this idea is not gonna happen." This observation highlights the attentive nature of the show's audience, who carefully analyze every detail for clues about future developments. The online community continues to debate the medical possibilities for Liam's condition. Another thoughtful viewer suggested, "But didn't he lose some oxygen? They could make him paralyzed from waist down." I personally think it'll be something where he needs blood or marrow donation, and that's when the whole Kelly paternity will be revealed. This theory introduces an intriguing potential twist that could dramatically reshape multiple character relationships on the canvas. The speculation about Kelly's paternity has been simmering beneath the surface for some time, and a medical crisis could provide the perfect narrative catalyst to bring this bombshell to light. Some longtime viewers have expressed fatigue with what they perceive as repetitive storytelling patterns on the show. One particularly candid comment read, "Time for something new? Have we been watching the same show? They rehash so much I could go a year without watching and not miss a thing." This sentiment reflects a desire among certain segments of the audience for fresh narrative approaches and innovative character developments rather than retreading familiar territory with amnesia plots or temporary disabilities that resolve conveniently. The potential paralysis storyline for Liam Spencer represents a significant turning point for the character. Medical experts consulted by fan sites have explained that neck-down paralysis, medically termed quadriplegia, would fundamentally transform Liam's daily existence, requiring extensive rehabilitation and adaptive technologies. The emotional and psychological journey of adjusting to such a profound physical change could provide actor Scott Clifton with compelling dramatic material to showcase his considerable talents. The show could explore themes of resilience, adaptation, and the redefinition of identity in the face of life-altering circumstances. The upcoming father-daughter dance mentioned during Kelly's conversation with Finn serves as a poignant emotional touchstone in this unfolding drama. This seemingly minor event carries tremendous symbolic weight, representing all the ordinary life moments that Liam might miss due to his condition. The possibility of Finn stepping in to escort Kelly to the dance introduces complex emotional dynamics between the characters. Kelly's disappointment, Finn's compassion, and Liam's heartbreak at being unable to fulfill this paternal role could create a tapestry of interconnected emotional responses that resonate deeply with viewers. The writers appear to be deliberately avoiding the amnesia trope that has been frequently employed for characters in similar situations. This narrative choice demonstrates an awareness of audience fatigue with certain soap opera conventions and suggests a commitment to exploring fresh storytelling territory. By potentially focusing on physical rather than cognitive impairment, the show opens up opportunities to address issues of accessibility, medical care, and the social dimensions of disability that are rarely explored in daytime drama. Bill Spencer's emotional conversation with his son prior to this medical crisis takes on new significance in light of Liam's current condition. The father-son relationship has experienced numerous challenges and transformations throughout the years, with periods of estrangement and reconciliation. This latest development could either strengthen their bond as Bill potentially becomes Liam's caregiver and advocate, or it might introduce new tensions as both men struggle to adjust to dramatically altered circumstances and expectations. The psychological complexity of this relationship provides rich material for character development and emotional storytelling. The production team faces significant creative challenges if they commit to portraying Liam's paralysis with authenticity and sensitivity. Consultation with medical experts and disability advocates would be essential to ensure respectful and accurate representation. The physical staging of scenes, the adaptation of sets to reflect accessibility considerations, and the portrayal of medical treatments would all require careful attention to detail. This commitment to realism could elevate the storytelling and provide meaningful representation for viewers with disabilities. Ultimately, devoted fans of The Bold and the Beautiful will indeed need to tune in daily to discover how this compelling storyline unfolds. The show's writers have established the dramatic stakes and emotional touchpoints, creating anticipation for the character's journey ahead. Whether Liam's condition proves permanent or temporary, the narrative possibilities are abundant, promising emotional performances and potentially groundbreaking storytelling in the soap opera landscape. As we continue to follow Liam's medical journey, viewers should prepare for emotional scenes featuring Hope, Steffi, and other key characters responding to this crisis. The ripple effects will likely impact multiple storylines across the canvas, potentially reshuffling alliances, rekindling old conflicts, and perhaps even inspiring unexpected acts of compassion and support among characters with complicated histories. The Bold and the Beautiful continues to demonstrate why it remains a beloved fixture in the daytime drama landscape, balancing character-driven storytelling with surprising plot developments that keep audiences engaged and emotionally invested. Next, we will learn about the issue of redemption, betrayal, and potential violence brewing in the world of The Bold and the Beautiful. The drama has reached unprecedented levels as characters find themselves at critical crossroads that could forever alter their trajectories in this beloved soap opera. Potential redemption for Luna Nozawa. Luna Nozawa stands at a crucial crossroads in her life after receiving a pardon for her previous crimes, courtesy of Bill Spencer. Her recent behavior has raised numerous red flags among viewers and other characters alike. She appears to be developing an unhealthy fixation on Will Spencer, which has not gone unnoticed by those around her. The situation escalated when Electra Forrester physically shoved Luna during a heated confrontation, highlighting the growing tensions surrounding this controversial character. While many believe Luna is poised to return to her murderous ways, there could be an unexpected twist in her storyline. Despite her manipulative and deceitful nature, there's a possibility that Luna was indeed not herself during the previous murders as she claims. After all, one can be calculating and scheming without crossing the line into homicide. The character's internal struggle between redemption and darkness makes her particularly compelling at this moment. Luna's grandmother, Sheila Carter Sharp, has pledged to do anything for her granddaughter. However, there's hope among viewers that Sheila, despite her own checkered past, might recognize the warning signs and guide Luna toward a more positive path. This potential mentorship between two morally complex characters could provide fascinating character development for both women. Hope Logan's downward spiral. The losses have been relentless for Hope Logan, who appears to be rapidly unraveling before our eyes. Her once stable life has crumbled piece by piece, beginning with the devastating collapse of her marriage to Liam Spencer. In an attempt to rebuild her romantic life, Hope entered into a relationship with Thomas Forrester, only for that connection to disintegrate when she repeatedly rejected his marriage proposals despite professing her love for him. Hope's brief involvement with Carter Walton similarly ended in disappointment, and the subsequent loss of her fashion line, Hope for the Future, HFTF, seems to have pushed her dangerously close to her breaking point. These consecutive setbacks have left Hope feeling profoundly betrayed by everyone in her life, including her own mother, Brooke Logan. The severity of Hope's emotional instability was dramatically illustrated during the special Mother/Daughters episode directed by Heather Tom. In a shocking moment, Hope attempted to slap her mother, an act of violence that was only prevented by Katie's timely intervention. This alarming behavior demonstrates just how precarious Hope's mental state has become, raising serious concerns about what she might do next. Steffi in danger? While Steffi Forrester Finnegan remains vigilant regarding Luna, she may be overlooking a more immediate threat in Hope Logan. There's only so much emotional trauma one person can endure before reaching their breaking point, and Hope appears to be deteriorating at an alarming rate. The question now becomes, what might happen if Steffi continues to antagonize Hope after she's already lost everything meaningful in her life? The possibility exists that Hope could snap completely under this additional pressure, potentially leading to a physical attack or even an attempt on Steffi's life. Such a dramatic turn would represent a shocking transformation for Hope's character, who has traditionally been portrayed as one of the more morally upright figures in the show despite her occasional lapses in judgment. An unexpected hero? Here's where the storylines could converge in a fascinating way. What if Luna happens to be in the right place at the right time when Hope finally breaks? If Luna witnesses Hope attacking Steffi and intervenes to save Steffi's life, it could create an intriguing dynamic shift among these characters. While a similar tactic didn't earn Sheila any goodwill from Steffi in the past, such an act of heroism from Luna might cause Finn to reconsider his family relationships from an entirely new perspective. This potential scenario offers rich dramatic possibilities, allowing for complex character development and unexpected alliances. The psychological complexity. The psychological underpinnings of these potential developments are particularly fascinating. Hope's gradual descent into instability represents a realistic portrayal of how cumulative trauma can fundamentally alter a person's behavior and decision-making. Her increasing tendency to blame Steffi for all her problems demonstrates a classic psychological defense mechanism, projection, where one attributes one's own unacceptable thoughts or impulses to another person. Meanwhile, Luna's position at this moral crossroads offers a nuanced exploration of redemption and whether past misdeeds can truly be overcome. The show appears to be asking profound questions about the nature of identity and change. Can someone who has committed terrible acts genuinely reform? Or are certain characters destined to repeat destructive patterns regardless of their intentions? Family dynamics and loyalty. Family relationships continue to play a central role in these unfolding dramas. Deacon Sharp's unwavering support for his daughter Hope highlights the enduring bond between parent and child, even as Hope's behavior becomes increasingly concerning. Similarly, Sheila's promise to do anything for her granddaughter Luna demonstrates how family loyalty can sometimes transcend moral boundaries. These complex family dynamics add layers of emotional resonance to the potential confrontations brewing between these characters. When family members find themselves on opposing sides of conflicts, the stakes become infinitely higher, and the emotional fallout more devastating. As tensions continue to escalate and characters approach their breaking points, viewers can anticipate dramatic confrontations that will forever alter the landscape of the bold and the beautiful. The question remains, will Luna find redemption by saving Steffi from Hope's wrath, or will all three women be irrevocably changed by whatever violent encounter lies ahead? Next, we will learn about the fascinating psychological underpinnings of one of daytime television's most enduring couples. The Bold and the Beautiful has captivated audiences for decades with its glamorous setting and complex relationships, but perhaps none more intriguing than the perpetual dance between Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester. The illusion of love, understanding Brooke's attachment to Ridge. When we examine the relationship between Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester through the lens of modern psychology, interesting patterns emerge that suggest something deeper than conventional romance. Brooke's persistent return to Ridge despite countless heartbreaks and betrayals indicates an attachment that transcends traditional notions of love. Psychologists might classify this as an anxious attachment style, characterized by a fear of abandonment and a tendency to seek validation through relationships. Brooke's history, rising from humble beginnings to become a fixture in Los Angeles high society, provides context for this behavior. Her connection to Ridge represents not just romantic love but validation of her transformation and social standing. The status symbol marriage. The Forrester name carries tremendous weight in the fictional Los Angeles of B&B. As the creative director and heir to Forrester Creations, Ridge embodies success, artistic brilliance, and old money prestige. For someone like Brooke, whose narrative has always included a desire for upward mobility, the allure goes beyond Ridge's chiseled jawline and passionate declarations. Marriage to Ridge isn't merely a union of hearts but a continuous affirmation of Brooke's place in a world that once seemed unattainable. The designer gowns, lavish parties, and international business trips that come with being Mrs. Ridge Forrester provide a lifestyle that satisfies both material desires and deeper psychological needs for security and belonging. The addiction to drama. Another fascinating aspect of Brooke's attachment to Ridge is the cyclical nature of their relationship. The pattern of passionate reconciliations followed by devastating breakups creates a neurochemical roller coaster that can become addictive. The intense emotions, from euphoric reunions to heartbreaking separations, trigger powerful neurochemical responses similar to those experienced in addiction. This drama addiction explains why Brooke continues to pursue a relationship that objectively brings as much pain as pleasure. The anticipation of reconciliation, the thrill of winning Ridge back from Taylor, and the intensity of their passionate reunions create a cycle that's difficult to break, even when more stable relationships present themselves. The Taylor Hayes factor, the road not taken. To understand the Brooke-Ridge dynamic fully, we must examine the role of Taylor Hayes, Ridge's other great love. Taylor represents everything Brooke is not. Steady, conventional, professionally accomplished in her own right as a psychiatrist, and focused on family values above all else. The psychological contrast. Taylor's approach to love and family presents a stark contrast to Brooke's passionate but often chaotic style. Where Brooke brings excitement and unpredictability, Taylor offers stability and emotional intelligence. This dichotomy has kept Ridge vacillating between these women for decades, unable to fully commit to either path. For viewers, this contrast creates a fascinating psychological study. Taylor represents the socially approved path of family stability and traditional values, while Brooke embodies passion, individualism, and the willingness to break social conventions. Neither is portrayed as entirely right or wrong, allowing audiences to project their own values onto this eternal triangle. The children's perspective. The impact of this ongoing triangle extends to the next generation, particularly affecting Ridge and Taylor's daughter, Steffi Forrester. Steffi's determination to see her parents reunited speaks volumes about the psychological impact of growing up in the shadow of a famous love triangle. Child psychologists note that children of divorce often fantasize about their parents' reconciliation well into adulthood. For Steffi, this natural desire is complicated by the public nature of her parents' relationships and the constant presence of Brooke as the other woman in their family narrative. Her advocacy for a Taylor Ridge reunion isn't merely about personal preference but about healing childhood wounds and establishing a sense of familial continuity. The fashion industry backdrop, more than just scenery. The high-stakes world of international fashion provides more than just a glamorous setting for these romantic entanglements. The fashion industry itself becomes a metaphor for the relationships portrayed on screen, beautiful but often ephemeral, subject to changing tastes and constant reinvention. Power dynamics and creative control. Forrester Creations serves as both battleground and prize in many of the show's central conflicts. Control of the company has passed between various hands over the years, with ownership stakes becoming bargaining chips in personal relationships. This blurring of professional and personal boundaries creates an environment where romantic relationships are inextricably linked to business success. For Brooke, her various positions within the company, from chemist who developed the Brooks bedroom line to executive and shareholder, have always been connected to her relationship with Ridge or other Forrester men. This raises questions about power, agency, and the true nature of her ambitions. Does she desire Ridge, or the access to power and prestige that comes with him? The symbolism of fashion. The fashion industry's focus on external beauty and presentation serves as a perfect metaphor for relationships that may prioritize appearance over substance. Just as a couture gown may look spectacular on the runway but prove impractical for real life, Brooke and Ridge's relationship photographs beautifully but struggles to withstand everyday pressures. The seasonal nature of fashion, with collections that dazzle briefly before being replaced, parallels the cyclical nature of their relationship. Each reconciliation is like a new collection, highly anticipated, gloriously unveiled, but ultimately temporary. The pattern of reconciliation and rupture, the on-again, off-again nature of Brooke and Ridge's relationship has become so predictable that viewers can almost map the stages of their romantic cycle. Understanding this pattern helps illuminate why their connection persists despite seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The catalyst for separation. Nearly every Brooke-Ridge breakup follows a similar pattern. A crisis emerges, often involving their children from other relationships or a momentary indiscretion, frequently on Brooke's part. Ridge, positioning himself as the moral authority, declares the relationship unsalvageable and retreats to Taylor's more predictable embrace.